He didn't just enter Formula One, he crashed through the door. At just 17, Max Verstappen made history. At 18, he was already standing on the top step of the podium, but where there are peaks, there are also crashes. And Max has seen both more than once. To some, he's a legend in the making. To others, an aggressive rule breaker, from multi-million-dollar mansions and supercars to private jets and jaw-dropping endorsements. Max Verstappen lives fast both on and off the track. But behind the fame, fortune, and finish lines lies a story you've never fully seen. This is the real Max Verstappen. His rise, his falls, his rivalries, his wealth. His legacy still being written. Buckle up, because what you're about to see is not just a racing story, it's a revolution. Before the fame, before the jet set life and world titles, there was just a boy, heart, and a dream. Maximilian Verstappen was born in 1997 in Belgium, but racing. That came from the Dutch side. His father, Jos Verstappen, was a former Formula One driver. And not just any driver, he raced alongside Michael Schumacher. Jos didn't just teach Max the ropes. He built the ropes, then raised the bar. Their training was brutal. Early mornings, endless laps, mistakes not tolerated. For Jos, good was never good enough, but Max didn't just survive the pressure. He thrived in it. By age 7, he was dominating kids much older. By 9, he was a national karting champion. By 10, everyone in Europe knew his name. This wasn't just a hobby. It was an obsession, engineered, tested, and tuned by his father. He wasn't raised to compete, he was raised to conquer, and this was only the beginning. The boy prodigy had learned how to win. Now, the world was about to find out how far he would go. 17 years old, no driver's license, yet about to race at 300 kilometers per hour against the best in the world. In 2015, Max Verstappen became the youngest driver ever to start a Formula One race. Fans were stunned, critics were outraged. Was it brilliance or madness? The FIA literally changed the rules after his debut. But Max, he didn't care. He wasn't just keeping up, he was fighting for points. Every race, he was raw, aggressive, fearless. The world couldn't look away. Then came the shock. In 2016, just 1 year into his F1 career, Red Bull promoted him to the main team mid-season. It was bold, it was controversial, and it changed everything. First race. First time in a Red Bull, and guess what? He won. At just 18 years old, Max Verstappen became the youngest Grand Prix winner of all time. And he did it with style. Overnight, he went from teenage gamble to global sensation. The Orange Army was born, and Formula One had a new rock star. The kid who couldn't legally drive on the streets had just conquered the fastest tracks on Earth. Aggression or ambition, for Max Verstappen, that line was never very clear. His fans called it passion. His critics called it reckless, but no one ever called it boring. Brazil, 2018. Max was leading. Ocon tried to unlap himself and took Max out. Max didn't just lose the win, he lost his cool. And it sparked global headlines. The FIA gave him 2 days of public service. But the moment defined how fiery Max could be. Silverstone 2021, the title fight between Max and Lewis Hamilton reached a boiling point, a 51G crash. Hospital checkups, Hamilton won the race. Max watched it from a stretcher. Red Bull called it dirty. Mercedes defended it, the FIA. They gave Lewis a 10-second penalty. But the damage, both physical and political, was far deeper. Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, even Charles Leclerc, all clashed with Max at one point. Journalists gave him a nickname, Mad Max. He embraced it. I'm not here to finish second. While some hated his style, millions loved it. They saw a fearless driver, not afraid to fight, not afraid to fail. Yes, he made enemies. But he made headlines, too. And in Formula One, that's how you become a star. 2021, the year Formula One became a battlefield. Verstappen versus Hamilton, youth versus experience. Fire versus ice, it was the fiercest title fight in a generation, 22 races, multiple crashes, and a final lap that changed everything. Abu Dhabi, the moment heard around the world, one lap, one move, Max Verstappen. World champion, the fans went wild, the internet exploded, and the F1 world split in two. Some called it stolen, others called it deserved. But no one called it forgettable. Then came 2022. No more close calls, no more photo finishes this time. Max dominated 15 wins, most in a single season. He crushed the field, and the records behind it all was a machine, not just the car. But the team, Adrian Newey, Red Bull's design genius, crafted a car that seemed untouchable. Fast in a straight line, deadly in corners. 2023, more of the same, another title. Another year of dominance. He didn't just win, he rewrote what domination looked like. Back-to-back championships. Max Verstappen had become the face of modern Formula One, 3 titles. One mission, to build a legacy that not only rivals legends but surpasses them. On track, Max Verstappen is aggressive, relentless. A storm in a Red Bull car, but off the track. His world moves at a very different pace. Think luxury, think privacy. In Monaco, real estate is more than expensive, it's elite. Reserved for billionaires, royals, and Formula One royalty. This is where Max Verstappen calls home. A luxury penthouse apartment in the exclusive Fontville district, one of the most secure and serene parts of Monaco. The neighborhood is surrounded by calm waters and quiet streets, just minutes from the Monaco Grand Prix circuit, but here it's peace, not pressure. From the outside, it's understated, but behind the walls lies a high-tech masterpiece. Step inside, and you're greeted by an ultra-modern, minimalist interior designed with function, comfort, and performance in mind. The kitchen blends seamlessly into the space with hidden appliances and smart surfaces that react to touch. Every room flows naturally into the next. Controlled by a smart home system, the apartment responds to Max's every move, lighting, music, temperature, all voice-activated, but the true jewel. A rooftop pool with a front row seat to the sea, panoramic views of the French Riviera stretch in every direction. It's not a vacation home, it's a throne floating above Monaco. Down below, a private garage with its own lift. Not just for parking, but for presentation. Max can ride his Aston Martin or Porsche straight up to his front door, Monaco style, and of course, there's the sim room, built with precision. Worth over €100,000, this is the same kind of rig F1 teams use in their factory simulators right next to it. A shrine to a career still in motion, trophies, helmets, championship memorabilia for a man who lives life at 300 kilometers per hour. This space offers something rare, stillness. It's not just a home, it's a fortress. A simulator, a sanctuary built not for show but for focus, privacy, and power. Only a few have ever lived like this, fewer still earned it. When you live fast, you buy faster, and Max Verstappen doesn't just drive in Formula One, he lives in the fast lane. 24/7s, let's start with the ground-level toys, a collection that screams precision, power, and exclusivity, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. A V12 hypercar designed in partnership with Formula One engineers. Street legal, barely. It's basically a race car with number plates, with over 1,000 horsepower and aerodynamics that hug the road like an F1 car. The Valkyrie isn't for cruising, it's for conquering. Then comes the Ferrari Monza SP2, roofless, windshield-less beast built for pure emotion. Only a few hundred exist in the world, and Max owns one. It's not built for comfort. It's built to feel everything, needs something more surgical. Enter the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. German engineering at its finest, a car built to slice through corners with millimeter precision, it's the track day weapon of choice, and for Max, a weekend ritual. Oh, and how about a car that actually won a world championship? Max owns Red Bull Racing RB models, including the very machine that carried him to his first world title. But when the road ends, the sky opens up. Max flies in his very own Dassault Falcon 9 OEX, a tri-jet business aircraft known for its speed, range, and comfort, completely customized leather seating, Red Bull branding, high-speed satellite Wi-Fi. And yes, a mini flight simulator inside. Because even in the air, he's still chasing lap times, style matters too. Max wears time like a champion. From Tag Heuer to Rolex Daytona, his watch collection alone is worth a small fortune and off the track. Max is a branding machine, endorsing everything from clothing to groceries to video games. His partnerships are as sharp as his driving, fast cars, faster jets, and a life moving faster than anyone else on the grid. Speed made him famous, but business, that's where the real power lies. Today, Max Verstappen is more than a driver. He's a brand. A billionaire in the making, with income that runs faster than his car. As of now, Max's net worth is estimated between $90 million and $110 million, and that's before he turns 30. Homes, jets, watches, endorsements, salary, it all adds up quickly. In 2022, Max signed what's believed to be one of the most valuable contracts in Formula One history. A whopping €50 million per year, running all the way to 2028. That's about $55 million USD annually, just from Red Bull alone, and that figure doesn't include bonuses for race wins, titles, or brand appearances, which can push his yearly earnings even higher. His fan base, the Orange Army, doesn't just cheer. They buy. From hoodies to hats to high-end collectibles, Verstappen's merchandise sells out across Europe. Now add in the brands, EA Sports, global ambassador and cover athlete Jumbo Supermarkets, major Dutch retail giant Tag Heuer, luxury watch partner G-Star, RAW fashion brand Carnext, European car sales platform. Each deal brings in 7 figures, sometimes more. It's estimated he earns an additional $8 to $12 million per year through sponsorships, endorsements, and brand collaborations. Behind the scenes, Max runs a smart business operation with legal teams, managers, and financial advisors keeping the Verstappen empire growing. He doesn't just spend. He invests in real estate, in digital platforms, in himself. In an era where the line between sport and celebrity is razor thin, Max Verstappen stands at the top of both. Not just a racer, not just a millionaire, but a machine built for greatness. Behind the speed and spotlight, Max Verstappen's heart beats for family. His partner, Kelly Piquet, model, influencer, and daughter of 3-time F1 world champion Nelson Piquet, has become a cornerstone in his life. More than a partner, Max is a stepfather figure to little Penelope, balancing the demands of racing with the joys of parenthood. Family has always been central. His father, Jose, was not just a parent but a fierce mentor. Their relationship, intense, sometimes tough, but always impactful. Jose's guidance forged the champion, and the bond remains unbreakable. Through the highs and lows, the trophies and the controversies, family is Max's anchor. Behind the roar of engines and flashing cameras, Max Verstappen has a quieter passion. Giving back. When devastating floods struck Belgium and the Netherlands, Max didn't hesitate. He donated generously, a champion on and off the track. Passion for racing runs deep, so Max invests in the future. Behind the roar of engines and flashing cameras, Max Verstappen has a quieter passion. Giving back. When devastating floods struck Belgium and the Netherlands, Max didn't hesitate. He donated generously, a champion on and off the track. Passion for racing runs deep, so Max invests in the future. supporting youth karting programs through Red Bull and his own initiatives. But unlike the spotlight on the track, Max avoids press attention for his good deeds. His generosity doesn't need an audience, it speaks volumes all on its own. Some say he's arrogant, others say he's unstoppable, but one thing is certain. Max Verstappen isn't just part of Formula One history, he's rewriting it. His story isn't finished yet. The crown is heavy, but his hunger is heavier. This is Max Verstappen. The racer, the champion, the future of Formula One.